Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresco. As always, let's first get a check on weather and traffic with 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. Brian, a nice day to maybe stay inside in the heat and eat some chili.
You know what? Our assistant engineer, Eric the King, as I like to call him, had some chili for lunch today, and I could smell it in the break room.
He knows what to do.
Yeah. It's been windy. I went to UMass today to get some hockey tickets, and as I often advertise in the UMass athletics forecast,
a few times,
it was a windy walk from the parking lot to the Mullins Center today.
Yeah.
To be real. Anyway. Let's take a look at traffic. The wind is going to back off, which is good news, and so far traffic is cooperating for us. You can see, there's Amherst right there, and I-91 is looking good. The Pike from Blandford and Otis to Palmer, Brimfield, and on into Worcester County is also in good shape. I-291, 391 looking fine as well. Temperatures right now, as expected, are in the mid to upper 20s, 29 Springfield and 27's Greenfield, Northampton, Westfield, 20 right now in Pittsfield. Wind is still blowing. It's certainly a breezy afternoon. 16-mile-per-hour winds right now. These are the sustained winds at Westfield and 17 miles per hour in Orange. Take the wind and the temperature, do some math, and this is what it feels like outside. 12 with the wind in Orange, 15 in Westfield, 19 in Springfield, and single digits right now with the wind in Pittsfield. I got a little batch of clouds that's moved through here, but I do expect some clearing after dark, and we'll talk about subtle warming changes here as we head toward the end of the week with the 22 News Storm Team 7-day forecast.
Israel and Hamas have agreed to a ceasefire deal to pause the war in Gaza and release some hostages. Both sides agreed to a deal that would pause a devastating 15-month war in the Gaza Strip. The deal promises the release of dozens of hostages held by Hamas and hundreds of Palestinian prisoners in Israel. It also would allow badly needed humanitarian aid into a devastated territory. The Israel-Hamas war has killed more than 46,000 Palestinians in Gaza. That's according to health authorities there. The lead investigator in the Karen Reed murder case is facing a board full of his colleagues today regarding misconduct allegations he has faced for his behavior during the high-profile investigation. Michael Proctor, is a 10-year veteran of Massachusetts State Police and has been suspended without pay since July. The department's new commander said he may immediately impose permanent discipline if Proctor is found responsible for the misconduct he's accused of. He also said the outcome will have immediate implications on how Karen Reed's second trial and other investigations Proctor is involved in unfold. The FDA has announced it's banning the use of red dye number 3, a synthetic dye used in many foods and drinks. It has been linked to cancer in animals. The dye is used in thousands of foods, including candy and cereals. It was first approved for use in foods in 1907 and is made from petroleum. Food makers will have 2 years to reformulate their products. California officials today provided an update on the ongoing wildfires there. They say the state is bracing for extremely critical fire conditions caused by more strong winds through tomorrow. Better conditions expected in the coming days should help fire crews to make more headway on the flames and allow residents to return to their neighborhoods to begin rebuilding. The fires have killed at least 25 people and swept through 40,000 acres in the greater Los Angeles area. Back now with meteorologist Brian Lapis. Cold today. We do, though, eventually warm up.
Yeah, by Friday we'll be experiencing high temperatures above freezing. That's what we're expecting, and then even warmer for at least part of the weekend. Let's take a look at the clouds and radar right now. You can see here that we do have a little batch of clouds over the Berkshires, even the chance for a couple of flurries on radar. And as we look into the future here, scattered clouds as we head into the evening hours, but then there's some nice clearing here overnight tonight, late this evening and overnight. The wind is going to back off substantially, we expect, in the hours hours after sunset. So temperatures early tomorrow morning will for the most part be in the teens. There may be a few single digits early tomorrow morning in Franklin County. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Notice sunshine rising here tomorrow morning. A bit of sunshine in the morning, and then watch. Here come the clouds in the afternoon, and there may even be a couple of flurries here over the Berkshires tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening. High temperatures up around 30 degrees. Brighter, warmer on Friday. We'll show you on 22 News at 5.
TikTok is preparing to shut off the app for U.S. users on Sunday when that federal ban goes into effect unless the Supreme Court issues a stay. People who try to open the app will see a pop-up message directing them to a website with information about the ban. TikTok also plans to give users the option to download all their data so they can take a record of the personal information with them. The ban will initially only be on new TikTok downloads from Apple and Google's app stores. JetBlue will now offer nonstop flights between Bradley International Airport and JFK as part of an ongoing expansion in Connecticut. That expansion has already seen an increase in weekly flights between Bradley and JetBlue's Florida destinations this winter. Flights will begin on April 30th and will operate year-round every day. Tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, Real ID laws are set to go into effect in May. What you need to know before you travel. Plus, state officials pledging to protect transgender students in Massachusetts schools, and how one local organization is supporting those still recovering from Hurricane Helene as Brian Lapis makes his way to the wall. Brian.
I was just thinking about chili. I'm a bigger fan of turkey chili than beef chili.
Yeah?
Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so quick look at traffic here as the evening commute gets underway. No significant problems here on 91, the Pike, 291 or 391. Wind will finally relent a little bit here tonight, and we'll talk about weather for the rest of the week on 22 News at 5.
Ryan, thank you, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Updates anytime on our website, wwlp.com, and the free 22 News app.